This is the first of a short series of videos looking at using adhesive lead in your glass painting. There's a few different ways to use adhesive lead, and you can see here this whole piece has been done with adhesive lead. But for the first video we're going to have a look at how to make a border with the adhesive lead, building in a hanger, so we make a roundel like this one. This one's been leaded but not painted yet, but you can see it's got a lead border on and a hanger on, so you can put it in the window. And we'll now show you how to do that. So what do we need? Well, obviously we need some adhesive lead. You can get it from most art and craft suppliers. Big companies who do it are Permanent Lead, Regal Lead, Decra Lead, or some glass painting companies like Pebeo, etc. do their own. It comes in different sizes. That's a 3mm. Here we can see a 3mm twin strand. But for this purpose we're going to use 12. You can use 9, but I've got some 12s here. This is a very thin one. I don't particularly like it using it for round surfaces, so I'm going to save that for a square or a rectangle we'll do later. For this round surface we're going to use this one. It's fairly thick lead, not ridiculously, it bends. I say 12mm and quite a flat profile. You can get oval profile, but this is a flat profile. In addition to that, we're going to need a bit of wire to make the hanger. I've got a bit here which was a paper clip at one time. Something round, I'll show you what that's for in a minute. A boning tool for flattening the lead. Scissors. Something to make a hole with. I use a prong or a fork. And obviously our glass. Okay. Word of warning, you're using glass, which can have some sharp edges. You're using lead, which can get on your hands. Be careful, and as soon as you finish, wash your hands. Don't put your hands near your mouth if you're working with lead. It should be okay. Most of this lead is plastic coated, but you know, better be safe than sorry. And as you can see from my dirty paper here, you do get bits of lead on there. Right, so to make this, first of all, we're going to measure the lead roughly around. We want to allow for a small overlap, so about ½ inch, centimetre or so overlap there. It will get a little bit larger. So we're going to go and cut it just about there, we think. So a nice straight cut. Better too much than too little. You can always take a little bit more off, but obviously you can't add some back on. Now I want to find the centre of this piece of lead. So I don't want a distinct crease, but I'll pull it in half slightly. You can see the centre there. That's where it is. I'm just going to get a pen and mark that spot. Not very well marked, but it's marked. Now I'm going to get my fork here and use the prong just to make a hole there in the centre, in the middle. See it there? Just actually going to use the bit of wire to make sure it's gone all the way through. And there we go. So now I've got a hole in the middle of the lead. Now, taking my wire, I'm going to make the hook, so I'll take my paintbrush, wrap the wire around the paintbrush so the sides are roughly equal. Got two prongs there, roughly equal size. And fold and twist. A couple of twists in there, and you can see I've got a hanger. Bend the twists out, so that's going to want to go around the glass. They're a bit long, so we'll just trim that down a little bit. Yeah, that should do. So there's my hanger. There's my lead. Fold them back together again because we're going to push from the front, from the shiny side of the lead. We're going to put this through the lead. Bit easier said than done this. It usually takes a moment or two of fiddling around, because obviously the hole isn't big enough. You may need to make that a little bit larger. We're going to go through that. Yes, it's gone through. Push it down through. And then the other side, open the arms back out again. So there, we have the hanger on the lead. Now, I'm going to take away at least half of the backing paper up to the middle. One good thing about doing a round object is it doesn't matter where the hanger ends up. Obviously, being a round object, there's no top, no bottom. So, actually, may as well, while we're at it, we'll take the rest off as well. There we go. So now I've got the adhesive, that's in the middle. And I really want to get those hanger arms either on top of the glass or as close to the glass as possible. And obviously I want the glass to be in the middle of the lead, so a little bit fiddly. Actually I'm trying to do it at a strange angle here. And to do that, start wrapping the lead around, keeping it as in the middle as possible, and then I'm just going to push it down. So push it down there, down there. That should keep the lead in place. And now, using something, just make sure that arm, which is the arm of the hanger, goes under and on top of the glass there. There we go, that's got it. And push the lead down either side of it. And same this side. Make sure that arm goes and the next two are on top of the glass. Spread them on top and then push the lead down round him. Now this lead can be a bit hard to push, so you need to make sure it's still in the middle. If you find it too hard for you, you can warm the lead up slightly. I've known people to put it on a radiator or wrap it round a coffee cup. Obviously, before you've taken the backing off, you don't want it sticking to the coffee cup. And that will warm it up and it will be more pliable. However, don't warm it up too much. Remember, lead will retain heat, so it's quite possible to make it very, very hot. You don't want to make it hot, you just want to make it warm. Now, as you can see, that lead has gone down onto there, but it's a bit, it's got all these ridges in it. So, what I'm going to do is use the boning tool to make sure it's on there. You see I've started with the overlap, smoothing it down, and I'll do the same that side as well. I started with the overlap because I just want to get that extra bit there down and push it on, so. And now you should be able to go round, smooth that whole thing down. It's lead, it's quite pliable. See, it's smoothing down nicely. And keep working on that. Nice and smooth. That side basically done. Start working on this side. Takes a little bit of doing, but you want it as smooth as possible. It is lead, it will smooth down. Go right there. And there we go. There's our roundel, ready to be painted up. I'll lead it first with the liquid lead and then paint it up. Right, obviously it doesn't have to be round. So next we'll show you a couple of methods of doing square ones.